What did we do last time?
Last session,
We beat the bejesus out of some people and stole all their shit.
you guys
and then
encountered
someone
for
to
the first
fishes.
time. Yeah, you guys encountered for the first time one Mr. Ogden Longscarf. Well, not the first time, but your first proper face-off
fucking
with
last
him. And instead of being beaten black and blue, you promptly decided to beat them black and blue. After a brief scuffle wherein Rennick managed to knock several of them unconscious. The rest of you aiding in this. You all knocked several of them unconscious.
Killed one.
Ms. Racer had a very tactically timed spell that made Ogden flee from the combat briefly. Rennick accidentally murdered the guy because he forgot that his knives can't be used non-lethally because they're psychic damage. They're basically the equivalent of giving someone a brain aneurysm, and there's no such thing as a non-lethal brain aneurysm. Not the kind that Rennick gives them. Not the kind that you give them, Rennick.
Just got visions running around going like, burnt toast. Ha,
it's all right. Hey, to be fair, we brought Tony back.
Yeah, so
okay.
Tony had a really bad time. Tony's going to need some assisted care. Look, let's not lie. Let's be
all I'm doing is picturing my friend Tony, and he's a very small guy.
Maybe the episode title should have been Tony has a bad day.
So after allowing the various Harangians to flee, those who remained were tied up. You knocked out one Mr. Ogden Longscarf, and took him with you. As you entered the small settlement of Downfall, the home of one Bavlorna Brightstraw, one of the three hags that you've been hunting, hoping to meet with. Who knows your intentions? I sure as hell don't. So, upon entering through a thin channel on your definitely not stolen, totally procured by legal means raft, there was a thick fog that constantly hung in the air that made it difficult to see beyond a few feet in front of you. After a brief interaction with 4 bullywugs who were enjoying a boat ride on the lake, they told you to go and talk to their king by the name of Gullop the 19th, and that he would be honored to make your acquaintance, and he would be able to help with the whole Ogden situation that you've gotten yourselves into. During this conversation, a conversation with Ogden ensued that led to him being very abruptly grabbed and dragged into the lake by something. After all of you sort of watched on shocked, you all just sort of gave a light shrug and said, "All right, oh that," and moved on. Because, hey, not your circus, not your monkeys.
I wasn't going in after him.
Yeah, hell no.
After passing by a large damaged balloon being repaired by 2 bullywugs, across a stepping stone crossing, you came to what appeared to be the burned-out balloon factory. Entering, you saw a room that was a charred mess. Hazy smoke hung over the scattered piles of burned and broken shelves, intermixed with whatever those shelves once did contain. Wisps of smoke snaked into the air from several spots where smoldering wreckage was threatening to ignite once again. A distressed bullywug in a leather smock scurried about the room as you entered with a bucket of water whose contents were constantly spilling out over the sides. So every time he'd refill the water, by the time he got back to whatever he was trying to pull out, the bucket was already half empty. He turned to the 5 of you as one by one you all entered, stared at you for a second, and then said, "Grab a bucket! We have to make sure the fires are out!" And then sprinted off and kept going about his business. And that is where we left off.
So
what would you all like to do? Yes.
Why is this a dynasty leading part 1? Can we let Egg do all the talking? I just request that.
Jay just said that overall this is a campaign that would benefit from your leadership. He didn't say you had to.
Oh no, that was just a joke because I know some of the NPCs that might be met this session, and let's just say that the Rakshasa is going to look like a Wiggling compared to some of them.
Oh, more friends for Rennick.
More stalking, yes.
So on the new map, whereabouts would you say we are?
Yeah, I can give you guys the exact location. So you've got
Yeah,
the numbered one. You guys are in
Yes.
D4, which is the top left-hand corner.
Beautiful.
So you
And
guys
the
you
Mickey
guys
Mouse
entered
one
at
down ahead.
so just to give you guys sort of like a thing, you entered at D1. Sort of at the end of that channel is where Argner was grabbed. D2 is obviously the destroyed balloon. You can sort of see the docks there under D2. That's where your raft currently is. You guys walk past D2 across the stepping stones at D3 and just entered at D4. You can see if you can look at it real
Where
close,
is
there's a few like
Gotcha,
Where is
gotcha.
this map?
sort of entrances
It's in
there.
the D&D channel.
I looked
Yep.
in there.
It's okay if you don't have it, but yeah. So you guys you're at D4 at the moment. Just
We're Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, that's what I said.
yes, you're Mickey Mouse.
Oh, I see
The
it.
building in the center. So there's a thick mist. That giant, like that strange hut that is in the center of all this. You can sort of always kind of make out the outline, but not really. Every now and again, the fog will like move in such a way that you get a brief glimpse of like part of the roof or something. You can always like kind of make out the shadow, but it's the kind of thing where it's like maybe it's the shadow of this thing, or maybe it's just like your mind playing tricks on you because you know that there's something there. So like your mind sort of trying to fill in that blank.
So that would be in the
Oh my God,
D12
stop.
area?
That'd be D12,
I'm
yeah.
getting
So
the map in.
Roger.
I had it in the slideshow. I didn't put it on the stream. So we're just doing.
As
Oh,
you-
that's a bit resize that, buddy.
So we're doing some ad hoc resizing on the fly.
oh,
Hey man, don't be afraid to use the preview function.
What? I don't know OBS that well, man.
No, Spar. How long have you
There
been
we go.
streaming again?
We got there. Well, I want to be able to have the map up for everybody else. There we go.
You gotta shrink it some more.
Okay,
There you
buddy,
go.
come on.
You got this. You got this.
anyone
enough.
playing along at
Good
home,
enough.
I will, as we go along, tell you what things you should be frantically Googling for reference images, if that helps. So Spy doesn't have to keep panicking.
No, you sent me that one. I put it in the slideshow,
That
but I
was
didn't.
seamless.
I
First
didn't put
stream,
it
give
in.
him a break.
Yeah, that's right.
First
First ever.
It's his first time, yeah.
First time.
He's new to this.
There's the transition button.
Yeah, he's never used a computer before.
No.
So this crazed looking bullywug, one of those fish people, in a leather smock, is frantically running around, throwing water on things. You can actually see now that there are actually 4 or 5 other bullywugs here, but all of them are doing various tasks. You can see one of them is grabbing like these giant sort of metal cylinders and like frantically running out of a door with them. You can see 2 of them are grabbing like tables and that, like wood tables that haven't been set on fire yet or haven't been touched, but they're definitely less damage than the others, and they're sort of picking them up and trying to like throw them out windows and that. You think that they're just trying to get anything flammable out of the building, sort of thing. And there's like this one sort of Duragar, sorry, not Duragar. That's an entirely different race of thing from another D&D game. But, sorry guys.
Bullywog. Got it.
Bullywug, that's it. Bullywug.
We
Duragars.
translated that. We're good.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Bullywug. You can see he's very clearly in charge, the one with the buckets. He's sort of shouting orders to the others, telling them what to do. He definitely seems to be the one sort of in charge of whatever this catastrophe going on here is.
I go, like, how can I help?
You can see actually beside the door. So he's run off. He's not giving you guys any attention. But when he screamed at you to grab a bucket, and we have to make sure the fires are out, he did motion to like a small table, sort of on like under the stairs, where you can see that there is a old sort of like it's like a crate with like chairs around it, not so much a table. You can see there's several buckets on there, 2 of which have water in them, 1 of which is empty, and he sort of motioned to them and then sprinted off, and he's just not paying you guys any attention. You guys could, you think, just leave.
If we were to help, are we able to form a chain from between those of us who can carry buckets to pass them from a water source to help put out this fire, or are we just
Yeah, you definitely can. You can see, so if you wanted to do that, luggage, you can see that there is a small inlet of water. Clearly a tunnel's been dug or something. There is a small little sort of beside the table, like a small little 5-foot area where there's like a little like almost well type thing that the buckets are next to, that appear to be where you can fill the buckets up. So if you wanted to create some sort of like a chain gang for this, you definitely could.
Yep. Well, I heard Egg say that he's going just straight in towards helping, so I'm going to follow him in to help.
Seems
Come on.
he's
Let's
Easy.
get
So-
let's get a chain gang going here of buckets and such.
The first three to run in. So Egg, Rennick, and Luggage. The three of you grab a bucket. The person with the empty one just quickly fills theirs up, and you three go about helping. Snack and Dante. There are only 3 buckets. What would the two of you like to be doing?
Well, we
I'll be
can.
supervisor.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
gotta,
say,
you gotta
yeah,
have, you gotta have a
support.
snack while you. You gotta have a snack while you
Say,
do
I
it.
can.
Just
Hey,
chuck
lift
on a
it
high
while you're
vis
doing that. Lift with
or a
the knees.
clipboard.
Are there other things nearby that look like they would be items that the bullywogs would be interested in removing from that house? Can I assist with that?
There's lots. You see, there's tools everywhere. You start to realize there's a lot of fabric in here, like flammable fabric. It takes you a while to realize that. So that balloon you saw outside, you think that this might actually be like the warehouse where they make them. Which you sort of like put 2 and 2 together with what you know about those balloons, Dante. You sort of like, you met Sir Talavar in one, and you've really only ever encountered him, sort of, and his balloon and that. But based on what he was talking about, and that they seem to run off some sort of like flammable gas. You sort of glance over in the corner where there are maybe 70 or 80 large metal containers.
Oh shit!
Oh, wait, we
Wrong,
didn't know that yet.
Hastily move out of the room, and you sort of like have like a moment of, oh no. If you wanted to help with that, you certainly could.
And how many of those containers would you think that we might be able to move at any one moment? And
I'd
how
say-
far away would we need to take them?
I'd say you could see he's running to a window and just tossing them out into the lake.
Right.
They're going straight in the water for him. You could probably so he's a bullywug. He's not much taller than you are, Dante, but he's very skinny. He's carrying one at a time. You could probably, if you didn't want to like strain yourself with no risk of dropping them, probably do 3 or 4 at a time. You could carry.
Right. Could we roll them?
Yeah, you could definitely roll them. Yeah, that's definitely
Okay.
an option. Yeah.
So I might try to grab the attention of one of our colleagues here and motion to them in a very firm yet panicky voice that guys, pretty sure that we should get those things out of here before they go boom boom.
Just heading straight to help.
Okay.
Zen5 call for
so
help. I'm going.
Let me do some thought process here.
I don't think we've got time for thought.
At this
otherwise-
moment-
This is a player thought, not character thought.
As
Right.
I want me
as
to pick
you're
up the
sort of
explodey thing and put it through fire.
no, we're going to
having-
roll them real quick and get them, yeet them out the window.
as you're
into
sort of
the
having
water.
this moment of planning and trying to figure out how are we going to get these dangerous materials out here, how are we going to put these fires out, all of you begin to hear, yeah, let's get them! And you all sort of start to look
Shit,
around at
man.
these strange high-pitched squealing, and it takes you all a moment to see, but you can see the fire is spreading rapidly on the upper floor. So this is a 3-story building, and the upper floors are pretty much
Oh.
completely engulfed in flame. But you see, jumping down to the bottom level is this tiny little glowing, well, it's like an ember. It's like a little piece of coal that's glowing red hot. And you sort of look at it as it sort of like, and hits the ground, sort of sits there for a second, and then you hear, yeah, let's get him! And all of a sudden, 2 small black arms and 2 small black legs shoot from the coal, and little eyes open up on it. It looks at you, gives you the finger, and then runs off. And you
I'm gonna
watch
try
as,
and throw my bucket of water over the top of it.
yeah,
Can I
you
try to kick it away? Can I use my reaction to try to kick it into the water?
Luggage, go ahead and make me an attack roll with your bucket
Okay.
of water. Just go ahead and use whatever weapon you would normally use for the roll for that one.
Never weapon.
Bucket.
Where do I find that?
It'll be just in the main screen on the main sheet of D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see like if you have a weapon equipped, it'll be sort of right there.
If you do
It'll
this,
be the
successfully,
top
your
thing.
murder,
So
your murder
in
count
action.
okay,
goes up.
1d6 plus 2 plus 4.
Oh no, the attack roll. So you've got to make the roll to hit first. Sorry.
Okay.
So roll a d20 and add. It'll say there'll be a
I
to
see,
hit
plus
number there.
4.
Yeah. So roll the d20 and add 4.
Gonna
Oh,
do
that
it?
was
Is he going to use them?
fucking shit.
We can't see it.
It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Jesus.
Language.
It's going to
My
sleep
phone
again.
keeps going to sleep.
You have to swear every
not a
time
good-
you roll
this
a dice.
This is not a good solution.
You need to turn off the
Egg, it is
timer.
part of the
Yeah, I
culture
do.
to swear when you roll the dice and does not give you a favorable outcome.
I do indeed. All right.
I'm normally swearing at the
Hey.
result of the dice, though.
What did I get? It's what is it? Oh, okay.
There it is. There it is.
So I don't know what it looks like for you guys, but the 15's facing up. I can hold up with the camera if you want.
No,
So
no.
No,
we see it. We see it.
15
can
plus
see it
4,
fine.
so 19. 19.
19? Oh yeah, you launch your bucket of water. It falls over the coal that gave you the middle finger, and the coal sort of what a world! What a world! And hits the ground. You see it sort of sizzling, and then slowly like the red glow begins to fade as it turns into this like black lump of charcoal just sort of sitting on the ground. You watch as
Oh shit!
5 more of those lumps of coal hit the ground.
Excellent.
Simultaneously, all of them at the same time jump up. All of them give you the middle finger and run in 5 different directions.
Oh fuck!
They're not running. They're
You
not
are-
running towards the barrels, are they?
Yeah,
One of them does, yes. One of them runs towards the barrels, and the other 5 are just sort of running around the like various walls. You watch as they run; they leave like a tiny little trail of flame behind them.
Can I try to throw my knife at the one that's running towards it?
Sure, go
like
ahead
on-
and make an
like on-
attack roll.
I'm just trying to not have this thing explode. I want to think. I don't. That doesn't work. It's a 10.
Yeah, you launch your knife, it and hits the coal. Wait, are you using an actual dagger or are you using a psionic blade?
Psionic.
You throw it at the coal, it hits, like you dead center strike this piece of coal. The piece of coal stops for a second, turns and looks at you, and just has this like confused expression on its face. You don't think that animate pieces of coal have minds to be affected by psychic damage.
So just to
You
be
sort of
clear,
like-
these things
I'd
are
like to
running
retcon
around.
through a real dagger.
Okay, I'll let that finish.
Sure. So what were you saying, Smar? Make your attack roll, Dynasty. What were you saying? Sorry,
No,
Smar?
no, I said I need to let this play out. Then I've got a question, but this is
No,
already
no,
underway. So
I'm gonna stick with the psionic dagger.
Bonus
I said that
action. You
first.
bonus. That's okay. You can draw a once you see the psionic one hit, you could draw a physical with your bonus action and toss it, if you'd like.
That one was a total of 8. I'm not rolling.
Yeah,
any
that'll
less than
still
that.
hit. Their AC is 8.
Okay.
You draw a dagger and toss it. Go ahead and roll damage, man.
Well, that's max damage for me. 7.
7. Yeah, you toss this dagger. It hits this lump of coal. The lump of coal is split straight down in 2 as it hits the ground like an arm and a leg on either side. You see each part of the coal has one eye, and slowly the coal begins to fade and dim and turn into like this black piece of charcoal that's split in 2.
All right,
The
let's
dagger's
start
just
charging in and get those those barrels. Or
luggage. What was your question? Sorry.
I realized it was 2. I was going to ask if did you say they said something as they came down before giving us the finger? I just missed that as to whether they were.
They
like,
said-
setting
they
up
said-
to talk.
They said, "Yeah, let's get him."
Okay, that was it. I didn't want to interrupt
Oh,
everything
good.
that was going on.
They said, "Yeah, let's get him."
And can we see any more of these, or have they all scattered now?
You can see the other sort of like 4 around the room. So you dealt with the first one that fell, and Rennick just dealt with the one that was running at the tanks of gas. But there are 4 more just sort of running around the room, up and over tables, just sort of like lighting small fires behind them as they go.
Well, as we're trying to move the things, which is what Rennie said we're heading off to do, I just want to yell out to them, "Stop! What are you doing?
We're lighting shit on fire
Why?"
because we're kind of made of fire.
Who would have thought?
What would it take to
Never
make
put
you
those two
stop?
together. Kill them all?
Yeah, it's sort of there.
Make
Wow.
me-
I'm still moving. I'm still moving gas bottles out of the way.
Yep. Make me a persuasion check. Why not?
Why not? That does not.
Is this a
work.
poignant time to remind
it's-
my vacuous friend that he is in fact partly made of wood?
So, as with every other time you guys have approached any situation, I've looked at what it says in the book, and it doesn't have any rules for if they want to negotiate with the sentient pieces of charcoal. That's just not a thing, because the assumption is, they'll probably try and kill them.
All right, so 10
Like
minus
I
1,
did.
so 9. It's
9.
Why
Yeah.
is he trying
It sort of looks at you and says, yeah, no, we're good, thanks. And keeps running.
Right. Well, in
Alright.
that case,
So
Yeah,
there's
nah.
all right. That was
I
my
apologize.
question.
They actually
Albert-
shouldn't have the ability to speak. They have an intelligence score of 1.
Yeah, they shouldn't be able. If that
No
can't,
good.
yeah.
No, that means it's just
Okay.
one word answers.
Hey,
At
no.
least they weren't fog, I guess.
Technically, you need to have an intelligence score of 5 or higher to even actually be counted as a sentient creature.
Hence why my psionic blades aren't doing damage.
Yeah.
They're too dumb to get hit by a psycho.
All right, so can we go in to get those barrels out? Let's make a line.
Yeah, you guys are tossing barrels out the window like there's absolutely no tomorrow. Dante rolling them along the ground, and those of you at the window just grabbing them and throwing them. Does anyone want to be doing anything else? These things are like setting this bottom floor on fire quick.
yeah, I think
Racer, can you maybe Miss Snack, could you just put down a clipboard and help us out
So-
with these little bastards,
Nah,
please?
she's supervised.
So I got a question.
we'll bash them with the
then,
G-board. I don't mind.
If we have, do we have enough? So if we have, so all of us are in there doing that, right?
Yeah.
Are we at a point where it looks like if Egg, Spar, and Dante are doing it, that they'll get it done if I start worrying about these charcoal guys?
Oh well, I assumed that. I know that obviously 3 of you are doing it. I actually don't know what Snack and Egg are up to at the moment. What are you guys up to?
I'm just watching this all unfold.
Attacking a coal thing. Stop
Oh,
flying
go ahead.
this.
Okay, if he's
Go ahead and
attacking the
make an
cold things, I'm
attack
gonna
roll
keep
then, Egg.
checking.
Yeah, the 3 of you think you can
Hit-
get it done pretty quickly.
Hitting
You're
up
pretty
some
much almost done.
popcorn.
Alright. 9.
Yeah, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Right.
One of them sort of like pull the bag of popcorn out. You sort of like
Mm,
one of them
9.
stops for you,
9
flicks
death.
his fingers. 9 damage. Bring your weapon down, crushing one of the coals into nothing as its fire sputters out. You look over to see Miss Snack sort of like floating there, the fairy that she is holding a bag of popcorn, as one of them very nicely stands there and says, it's just, like, you think you're going to do one thing with your life, and then you do something else, as he's very nicely popping the popcorn. And like, there's a restriction on your family to, like, like have a certain career, but then like you sort of like,
Snack
like
has found a love interest.
I'm my own person, I want to do my own thing, but at the
Like a
same time,
hot
I
romance?
want to make them proud. I want to, like I've got kids, I've got to support them, and sometimes that means, like you can't do the thing that
I've
you want
got
to
embers.
do. Yeah, like job opportunities, they're really limited for someone of my
You don't want to get
nature.
burnt out, so,
The one that's talking, as I knock my bow, I say I feel no remorse.
Make an attack roll, Reddick.
That was a very chatty, one intelligent
I
piece
feel
of
no remorse.
I gave up and I changed them to 5 intelligence because they'd already been talking.
I
I
appreciate
rolled
it. That was very
18.
good.
Yeah, you
Just
hit.
opening a bag
You
of popcorn.
hit, dude. I'm pretty sure minimum damage from you kills it.
That's max damage for me. It's a total
Yeah.
of 9.
Snack, as your popcorn finishes popping, you open up your bag of popcorn, pop a few into your mouth. You look down at your small little amber friend. He sort of looks over at Reddick, cocking the bow, looks up at you and just says, "Tell my children I love them." And then an arrow appears in the spot where he is standing, and he simply disappears. There is a puff of like black smoke as he is ground into dust.
Breaking news.
Can I
They
just,
don't love you
like,
back.
You hear
Shoot
the
popcorn at
hear-
Rannick for killing my friend.
you hear the 2 remaining little coals at the same time. Daddy!
Oh,
I huck another arrow. God, I'm finishing this job. I'm destroying the family tree here and now.
Make another attack roll, Reddick.
That's a total of 8.
Strike
Yes,
first.
sir.
God, no mercy.
Max damage 9. I cock another.
All the humanity. I mean, most people would just try and stomp little bits of embers out, but no.
That's a 20
Ah.
on the last one, and
You draw it out. You draw 2 arrows at the same time. You knock 2 arrows together and fire both of them in 2 different directions. And at the same time, pa, pa, both of his small little children cease to exist. They join their father in the
Oh,
elemental
God.
plane of
Their
fire.
family name gone.
I
Sparky and
told him,
Smokey
I
are
told you
gone.
guys I was gonna end their family tree. Alright, I'm gonna go take a
Holy
arrows.
Jesus! I'm so glad. Like the amount of encounters where I have had a creature that theoretically shouldn't be able to talk, but I've been like, stuff it. I'm gonna up its intelligence so it can. I'm so glad I've been doing that because, dear God,
That was great.
merciful.
I
Not a
was-
problem anymore. Hey, now they're not gonna spread the fire anymore. Hate me.
Hey,
I
who
don't
knows?
care.
Maybe that
Yeah,
Rakshasa
he
is the
killed my
good guy.
friend.
You have 4 other ones who are trying to stop the fire.
You
Whose
killed
side are
my
you
food
on?
heater. You killed my
Rennick,
food
as
heater.
you
Fire for
kill,
you anytime.
as you kill the last one, you watch as all of the fires in the house begin, like in the factory, begin to die down. And over the course of maybe 5 minutes or so, all the fires seem to almost put themselves out, as if controlled by some sort of magical embers.
You're welcome.
I still love popcorn at you though.
Hate me,
Oh.
but I get results.
I'm
Do
just
we
gonna
now
put
have
the
to
gas
travel
canisters
somewhere else to
down and
inform a poor flame
doing-
maiden that she is now like childless and
Oh,
husbandless?
can I deliver
No.
that? Can I deliver that message?
What with it on the end of
What,
an
with an
arrow?
arrow?
With an arrow. I'll have a little piece of paper tied to the end.
Rennick's just become reverse Cupid. It's no.
Oh.
Instead of starting love, I'm starting death.
You're just finishing
I'm
life.
the Grim Reaper for calls.
So, DM, if that's the case, have we just gained some goodwill and maybe a favor of the person whose building we just saved?
The bullywug who's in charge sort of walks over and says, "Man, I really appreciate the help there, guys. I don't know what you would have done if you came along. Those little critters have been running around here for the last couple of days. We've been barely able to get the place together. This entire floor was had those canisters on them, and oh man, ever since those bastards came through and they stole one of our balloons and they tossed these things everywhere and they set everything on fire. It was crazy, but I really appreciate the help. No, what? Sorry, you're new in town, right? What happened? What are you guys doing here? What are you're sort of new in town. You're not bullywugs. Who are you lot?
I'm gonna just say under my breath, just killing motherfuckers.
No.
Hey.
Since we've arrived in this town, we have a kill count of freaking 5.
No. You have a kill count.
No, I have a kill count of 3. With Spar makes 5. He killed a
point,
coal
yeah.
and he killed a
Yes,
rabbit.
but it's fine because Spy had a
children.
recreational fishing license, so that
Okay.
first one was fine.
We went from
He
0.
didn't kill the rabbit. He simply put him in a situation to die. There's a difference.
I think that's murder.
Intent is
Manslaughter at
important.
least.
There was no intent. Intent was to get answers out of the moron.
Oh, you got answers.
The bullywug just sort of stares there politely, looking between. He says, "Man, you guys are aggressive."
You're welcome.
Yeah, well, thank you, I guess.
Can I
You wouldn't
introduce our party to this guy? We've been
You
very
most
rude.
certainly can. Yes.
So, brevity, you've all been introduced.
What's your
He
handle?
looks at you and says, "Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Duke Ikrand. It's Duke's both my name and my title, so kind of works out there."
So Duke.
No, just Duke.
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 See,
Duke.
I was going by Duke Ikrand, but Duke just sounds like I'm taking a shit, so I just started using Duke. And I figured that just
Egg
saves time.
disconnected.
Oh, did we lose Egg?
We
Egg,
did.
no.
Hang on.
He DC'd
So
early
We get
tonight.
into the talking part.
God damn it! I'm here for egg-based content.
The only reason why we get
Egg
Jay to come back is because
all
of Eggs talking to people.
I'm
He's in the chat. He has.
desperately waiting for Egg to start talking.
I'm
Right.
not
Well, in the
gonna lie, when
meantime,
you-
why don't we
when-
inquire to like Duke? Like, I just want to call him Duke now.
Alright, he's on his way
as
back in.
to-
Egg will be able to catch it on the stream.
To whom are the bastards that he refers?
Yeah, he the king, Gullop the 19th. He had some people in custody. He had a little, like, I don't know, winged guy. He was all like prim and proper with like a Van Dyke haircut and like a sword or I don't know. He was like some sort of dragon guy.
Wait, the king had Sir Tolliver in custody?
Well,
Did you say the name?
well, not really. It was. Wait, how did you know his name?
We've,
he took a
we've
guess.
heard of
He
his
guessed.
tales far and wide. He is renowned
Yeah.
throughout the land.
The king has like a dungeon where he was keeping him on behalf of Miss Blightstraw there, and well, a couple of my Bullywug compatriots, two of my employees, well, one of my employees actually, and one of the knights of the king helped the dragon escape. In fact, they actually captured one of those knights. She's currently being held by the king in the dungeons, awaiting trial for her traitorous ways. But yeah, they stole a balloon and they set these damn things free to set us on fire. I guess so no one could chase him. It's a whole thing. It's been a mess here. We haven't even been able to send anyone out after him. It's been a day right here. It's been crazy. Anyway, look, I really appreciate the help. Look, you know what? You're on your way to see Gullup, I assume. I mean, it's the only reason you'd be coming through here. I take it you're on your way to see the king.
Guys, I sense a Rannick stealth opportunity coming up here soon.
Oh, God.
No mercy.
I don't even eat
Can
Bullywug.
can we pause this just for one moment? Because I thought Egg was back in, so I suggested
He
we
was and he
continue.
dropped again. Yeah. Oh, he can
Okay,
hear
while-
us.
while
He's just
we're-
going to restart. Hang on.
Okay. Do you mind if
Oh,
we
I'll be
just
right back.
While we're
Yeah.
waiting for
Oh,
Egg,
hang on.
do a quick
F5.
bio break, etc.?
while we're waiting for Egg, so my thought process is when we get there, I separate from the party again, and then I go question the person who's in jail.
Well, no, Sir Tolliver escaped from this jail in one of these balloons.
No, but the knight
Oh,
who's in the
the
jail
other
that
knight is
helped.
there.
The
She's
Tolliver,
the other night. Okay.
Yeah, the two Bullywugs who helped him. One died in the balloon crash, and the other one, it appears, is in custody now.
Okay.
And maybe even
Incasted
do a little
damage.
heist with my rogue.
You know what?
engineers.
He
Egg.
probably even would have slipped her name. He probably would have accidentally said that her name is Morgoth. Morgoth.
Morgoth.
She is a Bullywug knight. Yeah, he probably would have slipped on that. So you are.
I know, right? I was thinking that too. I was like, I haven't beat.
You know what?
I haven't beat Margaret.
Huh. Close.
How you been playing Elden Ring?
God, Elden Ring is so good.
Oh my god, I know, right? I was playing the new raid for Destiny 2. I was teaching it to some people last night, and I was like, I wish I was playing Elden Ring. I don't want to play.
Oh,
this
that's
right
good.
now.
That's so. I was so pumped for Witch Queen. I've been playing Witch Queen, and the moment Elden Ring dropped, I haven't touched Destiny since, which is so bad.
Hey, well, if you ever need to go through VOD, let me know, and I'll carry you through. I can scrap a team together.
Nah, I'm all good. I'll deal.
All
I'll
right.
get there.
Egg's back.
It's a really fun raid.
Everyone
Thank
good to
you,
go.
Egg.
So,
Albert.
Bungie sponsor us.
Please don't, because I'm not buying your deluxe version, dude.
So
Even though you have that. And I really
So-
want that gun.
he looks at you and says, "So you're all heading through to see the king, aren't you? You're all
King.
I take it you're all going through
yeah.
to see Gullup. I take it. I mean, he's the next stop on the way after you just go out there and you cross the bridge. So, you know, take this. Why don't you take this?" And he reaches in and pulls out a small, well, it's like brooch.
Guys, can you still hear me? Okay, my internet just dropped out and came back in, so there's obviously something going around at the moment. But that's okay.
Why me?
Ah, yeah,
Your
internet
charisma's
has
the
dropped.
highest. You're the sorcerer.
Yeah.
What I
My charisma's
actually
a
so-
+1.
Little bit of a fun fact here, team. When it comes to social interactions, Snack is actually the best at them. I have all of your stats written down in front of me. She's the sorcerer. Her charisma's the highest. You guys are actively choosing to not make her do this.
I just
Yeah,
want to say
instead they
the
make me
discussion
do
can
it.
be mine. I'm a good liar.
They have way better conversations.
I poke and stab and run. Egg busters through it, and then Spar asks random questions.
I just yeet
Perfect
shit.
team.
Yeah, I
Spar,
know.
don't throw
I
your
know.
hand up like you don't.
Thing is, the way I take notes is I write down all the names, but nothing. I don't know who they are.
That is the best.
That sounds like what you used to do in my IT class. There's more truth in that than I'd be prepared to admit.
Backstory.
Spar throwing shade over here.
IRL creep
So
stream.
mean to me.
So you all, so who is going to accept this brooch from Duke?
Yeah,
From the Duke.
I'll
well,
do
like he
it.
has everyone else. Has everything else. I mean,
Okay, as you sort of step
Snack
forward, Ms. Snack, as he goes to pin the brooch on you, it gets like the brooch shrinks as it like pierces your top, sort of thing, down to appropriate size for a fairy, and it is pinned onto your shirt. This little fly brooch that seems to flutter as he pins it onto you. You feel sort of
Pretty.
quick. You feel really quick, really sort of like you might say hasted.
Ooh.
Aww.
Miss Snack, at any point while you're wearing this brooch, you can once, but only once, cast the haste spell on yourself from it. Okay.
Aww.
So, do you know what the haste spell is, Miss Snack?
Oh hell no.
Okay, I'll read it out to you now. Let me just quickly bring it up in my big old compendium here. Gotta love.
Someone else sounds very devastated that he didn't take
So,
the opportunity.
Haste is a very because haste is a very good spell, and rogues are known to abuse the spell. So haste is a third level spell. So you choose a willing creature. In this case, the creature must be you until the spell ends. So the spell lasts 1 minute, and you don't actually have to concentrate on it. The brooch does that for you. You get a +2 to your armor class. You have advantage on dexterity saving throws, and you get an extra action on every single one of your turns. That action can be used to attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object.
Oh, right.
But when the spell ends, you cannot move or take actions until after the end of your next turn, as you basically
Ooh,
get really
discipline.
tired after it ends.
Ooh, okay.
But for an entire minute, you essentially you basically move it. Imagine almost moving at double the speed that your character already does.
So
You
you're
get
basically
extra
using
armor
two
class.
turns to one.
So nice. I need the armor class buff.
You get 2 actions essentially.
So
So
does
in
that
theory,
squishy
instead of
sorcerer?
casting 1 spell a turn, you could cast 2 or yeah. But
So you
basically, you just move really quickly.
All the benefits of sculling 4 Red Bulls, and then all of the after effects wears off.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Pretty
okay.
much.
Like me on a Monday, every day, any day of the week. I'm like all
So-
hyper at work. I get home and I'm just like,
Hey Racer, can
Yeah,
can I get that brooch?
oh no, you had your opportunity.
But it'd be so good in my hands.
You killed my coal buddy. You don't get nothing.
Yeah.
from me.
You
So
killed the
if
I
you
will
wanna
make
add-
you a fire every day, anytime you ask.
So if you
I
want to
even
add to your
use
notes, if you want to add to your notes, Racer, that you now have the blessing of the fly. As you get this blessing, Miss Snack, you get this feeling like you don't know what it is, but you get this feeling that the blessing you now have isn't tied to the brooch. Like you got it from the brooch, but you have a feeling that losing the brooch wouldn't lose you the blessing.
Ooh.
You have a feeling that this is just something you have now. So so basically the moment you cast a spell, you lose the blessing. So you pretty much just have 1 free cast of this spell to use on yourself whenever you deem it necessary.
Okay, so it's not completely broken.
No.
I'm not as upset that you have it, but I'm still upset that you have it.
It's not like that time when I gave a level 2 character a pair of gloves that gave him the effects of haste permanently. It's not like that.
Ooh.
Oh, I want that. Jay, give me that.
It's okay, I killed him next session.
He was,
And rightfully so.
he was the Flash. He
work,
couldn't
he
control
died
his speed.
hastily.
He just ran into the wall.
So,
I have
Duke
some
stands here and
Mountain
says,
Dew.
so if you want to see the king, you're gonna need to head out there over that bridge. Don't worry about the heads; they'll talk to you, but you know, they mean no harm. Head out there,
Aw.
cross the bridge, and out you'll see keep going. You'll see the like big pagoda thing that he likes to sit in. You'll see him and they're making court at the moment. Just walk on in and introduce yourselves and make sure that you show him the brooch and maybe even hand it over to him. It should give you everything you need to get his attention. I sure do appreciate your help, though. If you happen to need anything else, if you happen to make friends with the king and Miss Blightstraw, then I'd be happy to service you all a balloon for your travels here in hither, should you need it. Of course, that is if the king and or Miss Blightstraw were to permit you such a thing. I'm kind of employed by them, so if they allow it, then it's certainly something we could arrange as a balloon and maybe even a pilot to fly it for you. So yeah,
So are there like balloons that aren't burned up around?
You've only seen the one that was being repaired by the two bullywugs when you arrived. He says, "Oh, we have other balloons. They're just in storage." And obviously the one out there being repaired. So I'd have to get it out of storage, and that's a whole process. Although the one outside should be repaired soon, so that one, of course, will be available. Should be repaired in the next 30 minutes or so.
Would
As long as
you,
the
say this
back
character
is
would you say this character's indebted to us since we gave them something? We did something for them?
That was my
No.
question.
So
business.
when it comes to characters being indebted and the way that whole system works, I'm tracking that for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
To answer a question that Spa did ask me, I am tracking who does and doesn't maybe owe you things, or not even necessarily who you owe things to, but the way that your actions are affecting the campaign world around you. And I decide when they're paid back.
Right.
Okay.
The reason that Rennick got his payback so early is that the Calliope was not meant to pay their debt until much later into the campaign, during a potential situation you guys can get into that they could help with, but I didn't want to kill a character this early, so
I was so down with my death. I would have been so upset, but I was down with it.
So basically, he's gonna die later now.
But the Calliope, I helped the Calliope as well, so we've still got a
yes, Luggage and Albert both gave over buttons to the Calliope. But yes, you guys actually have a big long list of ways that you guys may not even realize, but you have affected even tiny things from session 1 that you guys did and maybe just completely forgot about, little tiny moments that passed by without even a second glance that have affected the world in ways. So I'm tracking that sort of stuff. As far as your debt with this man is concerned, as far as he is concerned, has paid his debt when he gives you the brooch.
The brooch. Right.
As far as he is concerned, giving you that brooch and the blessing of the fly is you guys even.
Okay.
That's fair. So we're
I'm
gonna
fair
go
with that.
fight this pagoda and see the king.
I don't think there's any fighting we have to do.
No, Bakoda's locked in the dungeon.
Yeah, Bakoda's the
No.
paladin that helped Tolliver escape.
No,
They're
that's
not.
Margot.
Oh, Margot. Sorry, I wrote down that. Apologies.
So,
My apologies.
No, it was a gazebo, wasn't it?
It was,
yes, you were told to head to the gazebo.
I was going to go with we should go past D5 and they might talk to us and we'll get to D6.
Yeah, D5 then D6 is the way he pointed you.
Yep.
D5 appears to be a large bridge, and then D6
With
is
looking heads. This should be fun.
All right, I start following the Sinfire.
Same.
Let's go.
Luggage trundles along behind.
You may
So,
ask yourself, how did I
one
get
by
this
one,
way?
you all begin leaving the warehouse and heading across the bridge. So this flat wood plank bridge, which spans an arm of the lake, is lined on one side by rows of bullywug heads on wooden spikes. At the center of the bridge, a small figure sits with its feet dangling over one side. The figure appears to be talking to itself in bemoaned tones, but then the severed bullywug's heads nearby erupt in a cacophony of voices, some indignant, others sympathetic. A few, in a more distant row, yell, "What? I couldn't hear what he said!"
So you would say they're talking heads.
Yes, they appear to be talking heads.
As the days go by, water flowing underground.
As you
Once in a lifetime.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Please
God,
carry
give
on.
me the strength to continue.
Oh, me?
As
No.
you sort of walk across the bridge, you begin to notice that the person sitting on the bridge is a rather strange figure. You can see they stand maybe only about as tall as Zenfire, shorter even, maybe only about 3 feet tall. You can see that they have, where their head should be, a large, what looks like gourd, like the vegetable. They have a sackcloth shirt, sackcloth pants. Instead of ankles, you can see just 2 pieces of wood coming out into the very large boots they wear. And instead of where their hands should be, you see 2 large crab-like pincers. You could also see poking out from holes in their shirt and their pants is a lot of straw. You might confuse them for a scarecrow if not for their strange head and hands.
It's Clapperclaw. Sorry.
As
I
you
got
walk
excited.
across the bridge towards what is very clearly Clapperclaw, one of your intended allies, one of the heads looks at you and says, "Hey! Hey you! Yeah, you! Come over here!" He says that to Egg. Sorry,
Oh, you
Albert.
beauty.
Sir Eggmeister.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh,
You looking at me?
just walking.
You want to go, mate?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go.
I'll-
Come
I'll
on.
go.
Yeah. Let's go. You ain't got nothing on me.
but-
Come on.
No.
Come on, take a shot.
Shot? No, I'm just going, you know?
Oh, coward. Oh, do you want to get scared of the head?
Monty Python.
Nerd.
What are you
The Black Knight.
Oh, you're worried I'm going to beat you, are you? Hey,
Yeah,
put him up. Let's go. Come on.
What's your
Me
problem?
and you, right now. Let's go. I just want to die.
Well, that's my special. Come here, buddy.
You.
Wait, why do you want to die?
I'm a head that lives on a bridge. The one beside him turns around and says, you see the one beside him, like this slightly larger head says, "Oh, Doug, stop moaning. We're all heads on a bridge." I apologize for his demeanor. He's one of the new ones. He's just a bit sour is all. He'll get used to it. Please move along. I apologize for the interruption.
A psychic blade slowly disappears out of my hand. I wouldn't have really done it. Don't worry.
Would a psychic blade work on an undead head? Who knows?
They're talking. That's true. If they're held together by magic, I guess it wouldn't really be their mind.
Let's just keep
Who
going.
knows? So,
Okay, well,
do you guys
now
just
I
want
wanna
to keep
know.
walking past them?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
as you approach, you do in fact see Clapperclaw, the strange scarecrow, sitting on the side of the bridge. He appears to be talking to himself.
Isn't this the guy that we wanted to come and talk to anyways? Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
As you approach, Clapperclaw turns towards you, and you see the large gourd on his head seems to rattle as if it's hollow inside, and there's like marbles or something inside it as he turns. He turns to you and says, oh, hi there. Hi, how you doing? What's happening? Have a good day. Bye. And just turns back around. He seems almost sort of sad and bemoaned.
Sad pumpkin head.
I don't remember what we were supposed to talk to him about, so
Here's the way we
Isn't
get
he our guide?
on here to
He is one of the
The-
very few people who can, bring you guys from hither to through the wall of mist from hither to
yeah,
thither.
it's
He's
what
one of the few
it's
people
who
who can
your
get you through.
best friend was looking for, Randy.
oh, you mean you see Rannick break out into a sweat and go, "What friend?"
I'm just going to sit down beside him on the bridge, and while all this is happening, so are you okay?
He just sort of he does what you imagine is the equivalent of looking at you, but his head is just a gourd, so like he has no eyes.
Can we help you?
But he
Yeah.
sort of turns to you and says, "Do I look okay, mister?"
I was merely being
These
polite.
guys are a bunch of smartasses tonight, aren't they?
You know,
Yeah. Yes.
I'm just a little guy looking for his way in the world, and I
Well, you're
always
way
used to
with
think
us.
that you guys, I'm trying to monologue, and you just keep interrupting me. Anyway, I'm Clapperclaw. What's your name?
I'm Luggage. This is Zenfire, Snack, Rennick, and Albert. Sorry to interrupt you. Please continue.
Like suitcase or more backpack?
Yes.
Both.
Yeah. Yes,
More
is
like
totally
more
an
like,
acceptable answer to that question, but that's fine.
more like steam trunk, to be honest.
Steam truck. Oh, look. Hey, classy. I like that. Anyway, sorry. What could I do for you all? You all need something from this sad little scarecrow, a little bit down on his luck.
We do, but I believe that we may be able to help you and reciprocate that. We've been told you can get us from hither to thither, and it seems like maybe you could use some help from us.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. As you might imagine, having a gourd for a head ain't so good. Someone put some coppers in there and sealed it up, so now I rattle like this, and he rattles his head. But you see, this isn't my actual head. You see, my head is actually a magnificent skull of an elk. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful elk skull. But, well, it was stolen by that brigand, Ogden Longscaff, a few weeks ago, and well, I just so badly want my head back. I'd be happy to take you to thither from hither if you could get my head back, but you know.
All right, so we have to go back to their hangout and finish the job.
That sounds like it is a fair trade. We have just recently chatted with Ogden, and I believe we can retrieve that head from his hideout.
Watery grave.
Yeah.
How? Wait a second.
No,
How
he said
did
that the
you chat
important things
to
went to
Ogden?
He tried to beat us black and blue, and then he went for a swim.
Ah, so you're the ones who did this. He reaches into like a small satchel he has and pulls out what looks like the severed head of Ogden Longscuff. You guys did that.
I
Oh,
just did
man.
a recoil momentarily, and yes.
It is gross. It's like he's missing an eye, like part of his head is torn open. You can see the skull. Like it looks like his head has been like ripped from his body, like whatever took him. Like you don't know how Clapperclaw ended up with this.
Do you
With this
just
head.
carry that around everywhere? Or like...
Well, I was gonna try to use it as my head as sort of like a, poetic irony, but in the end I realized that it just wasn't a good fit for me. And he just sort of tosses it over the bridge back into the water. I so badly want my head back. Man, I miss my head.
I don't really want to skimmer the fact of how he just casually did. That's pretty fucked up.
Clapperclaw, we will retrieve your head and then, out of reciprocity, get you to guide us through the veil between hither and thither.
You retrieve? Oh my, that's good news. Okay, you know what? Let's get going right now. We can go right now if you want. I'm ready to go. Let's do this. You lovely. You made my day, you lovely people. Man, I mean, I still
Why
you still haven't
from the hood.
answered my question, but like it's fine.
What question did we not answer?
Well, I asked if you were more of a backpack or a suitcase. You said steam trunk, but that wasn't actually an answer to the question that I asked. But I guess in answering that, you did kind of answer suitcase. So you know what? Never mind. I'll forgive that one. But don't fucking do it again.
I like the snap. I'm kind of scared for our lives when we sleep.
I can tell that you are a being that appreciates clarity. Understood.
Right,
but
let's go through that and get the egg.
But don't we have to talk to the witch?
Hang on.
Well,
so you guys have a few ongoing things.
Yeah.
You're currently on your way to see King Gullop. You do know based on the feelings that Zenfire has had, that Bavlorna Brightstraw does appear to have something that Zenfire wants back very badly.
Only I could remember.
And obviously, in order to get to thither, you are going to need to retrieve this wonderful little scarecrow's head in order for him to be willing to guide you there.
But we do have to finish here. Well, we have things we have to do here before we go through to the next.
Let's get Zenfire his thing back.
You can, you guys can get as much or as little done as you guys want to.
Don't you tempt us to get nothing done.
Yeah,
No, we will.
that's my name.
We
came here to
have
get our stuff.
we have a prior engagement that we have already started. Will you be on this bridge for us to come and collect you? Your head will be our next priority.
Well, what's the? I'm happy to just tag along on whatever you guys are going to do now. It don't bother me none. I actually know this town fairly well. If you want to guide around here, I'm happy to
That
tag
could
along.
be handy.
It's no trouble to me.
I'm going to need to hand over to one of you
Sounds good.
guys because I was dealing with my internet dropouts when the whole decision on how we were going. So can I hand over to... I need to step out here for a second. Just go, can one of you guys take this over because I don't exactly know how to direct this guy to guide us.
No,
Please.
you just come with us. Yeah,
Yeah,
You
we're
can
Well,
tag
they-
along.
tag along.
You know, based on the fact that you guys are going over the bridge, I take it you're heading over to the
the
king's place. But you know, there's a lot more in town. If you guys need to do like some
Oh,
shopping, or
like
maybe you
what?
need a place to stay, or like what kind of stuff do you guys actually need exactly?
And what
Snacks.
currency do these shops take?
I don't know. I mean, if you go down that way, you'll see Trinket, Bauble, and Charms. It's a big old balloon over there, and that's sort of like a store where some of the Darklings sell some stuff. They're kind of fun sometimes when they're not being assholes. You got like there's the palace and big old Barkless. Stay away from Big Barkless. He's a bit grumpy. He doesn't like people that much. It's a whole problem. There's the Toadstool Patch if you're interested in that. Oh yeah, there's the spot where the king keeps his mounts. There's there's Miss Blightstraw's cottage right there in the center of the lake. You can sort of make it out there. That's where she lives. So if you wanted to go see her, I'd rather not go inside, but I could wait outside for y'all if you want to go chat to Miss Blightstraw. She's not my kind. She's kind of a evil bitch. But hey, look, you know, if that's the kind of person y'all want to hang out with, as long as you give me back your head, that's fine by me. I can change all my morals and beliefs to get my head back. That's okay. I don't mind. I'm basically a blank slate at this point. You know, like just tell me where you need to go, and I can take you there.
I think we should go to the castle and try to break out this prisoner.
Are we going to the gazebo to try and talk to the
Prisoner?
king?
Oh, you mean Morgrit, the Bullywug Knight, the one they got. Sorry, Morgai. That's the one you're talking about, right? The one who helped that little dragon man get away a few days ago.
But we don't have to stop me first. Sorry.
They'll be over at the holding cells just here past the gazebo. They ain't actually at the palace. You're gonna have to head over to the holding cells to free them.
Is the holding cells well guarded?
I don't know. I never really been over there myself. Sometimes I've seen like 9 or 10 bullywugs. Sometimes I see none. And you know, I guess not really much need for guards when no one's really trying to break people out of there. Like it you know, although they may have moved her to the proving grounds by now. But that's only if they found someone else to arrest and have her fight to the death with. So, you know, just depends on how far through the trial they are. So, but normally, no, I can't say I've ever seen very many guards. Maybe only 1, possibly 2 at most.
Okay, so thoughts? Are we gonna go try to spring this person?
The gazebo's
yeah.
on the way, isn't that where we're heading?
King first, don't we?
And I'd highly recommend staying out of the water. There's some nasty critters in there called the marrow. They're like, imagine like merfolk, but evil and like to eat flesh. That's kind of them. They're bastards. I think that's who got Argden after you clearly let him escape, because I couldn't imagine people as nice as you killing him. So, you know.
We certainly did not kill him.
No.
I'm not going to make you roll a deception check. This clappercore is believe
It's not.
whatever
He deals in
needs to.
facts. He deals in suitcases and backpacks, and that is a fact that we did not kill him.
That is at best a half truth.
Yes. You murdered the man, dude.
Had you have asked us were we responsible for the events leading up to his untimely death, the answer is probably yes. However,
However,
Sorry, carrying on. I digress.
Oh,
Clapperclaw
man.
just looks up expectantly at all of you. Well, as expectantly as a gourd can look.
are we still
Let's go.
en route to speak to the king about?
Yes. Yes.
I guess we could ask about the. We could figure out where the prisoner is, so we don't have to guess between two places.
We probably don't need to ask about Ogden anymore, given that he's not necessarily a problem per se.
And ruffians might still be a problem, but with their leader gone, they'd be in disarray for a bit. Hopefully.
They were pretty squishy.
They really were.
They really were. I killed one and knocked him out one hit. So
Fuck Tony.
I'm sure if we go back and have a chat to our friend Tony, it'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, Tony.
I don't
Tony
think
does owe us.
Tony has the ability to speak anymore, but that's fine.
He might dribble in our general direction, but
Yeah,
That is true.
well,
I
you
did
guys did
destroy
a
his
number on
mind.
Tony.
Alright.
Tony's
So
in a
we're
bad way.
continuing to move through. I believe you said to the gazebo. For
The gazebo would be next.
Okay,
Yep.
so can we? Yeah, shall
Let's
we
go to
keep
the
Which would
moving?
be
gazebo.
D6 on your maps. So, continuing along, Clapperclaw with like the constant rattling behind you of the 6 copper that he has stuck in his gourd. As you approach, a grand marble gazebo stands atop a mound of soggy earth. Its white stone streaked green with algae. The support pillars have sunk into the muck unevenly so that the domed canopy now sits askew. Short steps ring the gazebo, leading to a raised floor where bullywugs dressed in shabby clothing lounge on pillows. Among them, a harpist sends forth delicate notes that mingle with the murmured croaking of the gathered nobles. On a dais, a flabby bullywug wearing a crown of woven lily flowers sits on an ornate throne with his legs folded under him. He has a large leather-bound book open across his lap and is mouthing the words he reads on the pages. Without looking up, he says, "Have you no herald to announce your presence before King Gullop the 19th? He slams the book closed as if to punctuate his question regarding you for the first time. Sleepy bullywug guards standing around their monarch snap to attention and ready their weapons. So you can see King Gullop himself sort of sits on this massive throne. You can see that sitting beside him appears to be some sort of small reptile, possibly a baby crocodile of some variety. You can see that there are a total of 5 knights spread around the outside of the gazebo, as well as 8 other bullywugs all sort of lounging around at the king's feet, eating insects from platters as they seem to almost gossip among themselves, paying no mind to their 5 strange visitors and Clapperclaw.
I'm going to gently nudge Snack to the fore and murmur, "It's your time to shine." She's got the brooch.
Just,
Get the popcorn out of your
True,
mouth.
brooch, yes.
just like push for.
Gently.
What
She's
if I
floating
don't want to
there, so we
use
slowly
it?
do this. Well, you don't have to use the brooch now.
You've
Just
also
use your
got the
talking
highest.
skills.
I've just recently found out you've got the highest charisma score in talking to people. This is a revelation.
I kill things. You do the talking. Spara asks the questions. Egg talks to the people so we can laugh. And Dante makes the names for Luggage.
What?
We all have a part here.
Yeah,
Why am
think
I
I'm
the
fat.
comic relief?
Duke did say we should hand over said fly
Or show
badge.
it. Or show it.
Yes, we'll show it. Yes, make the king aware of.
Oh, yeah, we could do that.
Fine.
I'm also
You can
dying
take
to
your
see
popcorn
Snack
with you.
interact with some NPCs. I'm pretty keen on this.
I
Alright,
can't do this.
I'll step forward with the brooch in my hand.
As you step forward with the brooch in your hand, sort of almost half proffering it out in front of you, you watch as one of the guards steps forward and holds out one of his frog-like appendages, snatches the brooch from your hand, turns around and presents it with a very elegant bow to King Gullop the 19th. The king snaps it with a surprising deftness out of the knight's hand and inspects the little brooch. A fine thing. So you've earned Duke's favor. That's worth something, I guess. I take it you helped with the fire. A fine
Local
thing.
coal killer.
Yes, we did.
He just sort of looks at the brooch and, marvelous, tosses it over his shoulder. Wonderful. Well,
No.
Remember, the power is not necessarily imbued by the object.
I'm just gonna track where that brooch goes because it make a lovely addition to
if-
my button collection.
it falls in the lake.
Oh, I ain't going in after it.
Like, it goes, you see it like, ploop, it's like with the wings and the way it moves, it sort of floats for a minute, and then you see like a weird, like massive webbed hand just slowly come out of the lake and just slowly grab the brooch and pull it under.
Brooch
In this
gone.
really like strangely eerie
You
moment.
gave us
Like
such
it-
OP item just to throw it away.
She took the ability from it.
Yeah, it only works once. It only gives the blessing once.
Oh, it gave the blessing. I thought you had to have the brooch.
No, once it gives the blessing, it's gone. She has the blessing of the fly now. So,
Okay, good.
the king sort of looks to you and says, so, you've come to ingratiate yourselves to Gallop the 19th. Smart, very intelligent. Although I notice none of you are kneeling before the rightful monarch. Poor manners and poor form, but you are outsiders, and I cannot expect everything from you. So, I have... What do you need from me? Because I have something that needs doing. Why have you presented yourselves before me?
It's your
Alright,
time to
we
shine,
know why.
snack.
I've been too busy snacking.
IRL or in game?
Both. Right, what are we asking the king? What are we asking the king?
Why did he have Tulliver Cap here?
Oh.
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 You go with you're the charismatic one.
I want to know why he keeps capturing him.
Oh, that's Tulliver. I didn't capture him. Apparently, Bavlorna, of Lady Brightstraw, I apologize, caught him within her abode, stealing from her. And so she brought him to me for safekeeping, as she does not have any cells there, and was going to make him fight in my arena.
What is this arena?
Oh, it's the proving pits. So when did we lose Egg?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, I must have missed that in my reading of things. So essentially, when we capture prisoners, we essentially need them. Basically, trial by combat is how we resolve any prisoner-based disputes. If you win, you go free. If you lose, well, you're dead. So who really cares?
Do we have a? Is there a fight planned here soon?
A proving, if you will.
Yeah.
No, we do have one prisoner at the moment, but I do believe that she will end up being executed, as we have no other prisoners, and hopefully won't for some time.
Oh, so the proving is only between prisoners.
Yes, it is prisoner v. prisoner, of course.
Right.
Okay.
Anyway, look, I've come into possession of, he sort of like strokes the book, something important to Bavlorna. I didn't steal it. I merely purchased it from someone who procured it to ensure its safekeeping. Of course, I would never steal from the good lady Brightstraw. I would ask, should you be so permitted, to perhaps return it to her for me and explain to her that I did not steal it. I would never do such a thing. I merely ensured its safekeeping. Is that something you all might be?
I rolled an insight check. That's a total of 14 on this guy.
Oh yeah, he is lying through his teeth. I'm not even gonna make a deception check. He is very clearly lying. He very clearly stole this book from her, or at least had someone steal it from her.
Okay.
Do we have any idea
Out
what
of
the book
here-
is?
You can ask him.
Can we ask what the
You can
book
see
is?
that it's just a big, like it's leather bound with like red leather. That's all you. It bears blank. It's the big book of bad blood. It's where Bavlorna tracks all the people that have wronged her. Very important thing. She covets it dearly. Anyone caught stealing this would be in for quite a time. Now,
You
I
appear
ain't
to be
touching
reading it,
that thing.
my
look, only duly appointed emissaries of the Soggy Court are allowed to meet with Lady Blightstraw. I would, if you wish, gladly invite the five of you to join the Soggy Court, and you can perhaps go and return this book on my behalf, as I have very sort of glanced around royal matters to attend to. Yes.
I got a quick for out of character. If we could pause the moment, I say if we do this, he should return to us the prisoner as payment.
do we want the prisoner?
Yes. She's the
Yeah,
one
they
that-
help.
that let
They
go,
help Tolliver.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
I'm
Ed.
keen to see if we're actually in said book.
I think we need to get the book. If we're sidebarring, I think we need to get the book and take it to try and
Bavlorna.
swap it for what Zenfire has lost.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's all we do is net gains here. We ask for that, and then we go and do this for you.
That seems fair.
I'm on board with
Any
this.
words
it.
against it?
Can we at the same time just have a sneaky look and see if there's a...
I'm
Well, once
I
we
ain't
have
touching that book.
once we have the
I'll
book,
touch the
we're
book.
fine. Yeah, I'll carry it. Let's stick it in the chest.
Okay.
forgot that creepy mofo's in this chapter. God damn it! I hate flicking to that page. Hate it so much. Anyway, so what are we all doing?
So Snack, if you could ask them to if we do this, that they give us relinquish the prisoner into our care.
All right, I'll turn to the king and ask, if we do this for you, can we have your prisoner?
Well, very well.
Awesome. Okay.
If you are willing to do this for me and become members of the Soggy Court and approach Bavlorna on my behalf, I will turn my prisoner over to you. However,
Alright.
however, I will of course turn her over alive. However, the moment I turn her over, I would request that you all leave Downfall with her. We don't want her ilk here anymore.
Right.
And
so we'll take her
Bavlorna
away.
will not be happy to hear that she left. So as far as Miss Blightstraw is concerned, the prisoner is still just that, a prisoner. Well, she was
Okay.
dead as far as she's concerned, but yes.
We complete this task. We get the prisoner. We go get the scarecrow, and we get out.
Yep. Well, the
All
scarecrow's
right,
with us.
we've got a plan. Oh, sorry. Yes, apologies. Clapperclaw is with us.
All right.
Yep.
I'll go grab the book and then open Luggage's little
Yep, I'll
door and put it in there.
Touch and and away it goes.
And then I pat his tummy.
I'm
I'm
just
going
got
to
visions
slap
of
that
those
hand
kitty little,
away.
like Hello Kitty coin things. Like,
And I'll also go, next time, hand it to me. Don't open my cavity without asking first.
do not
Well,
like
yeah,
it when he
what-
opens your cavity.
Not without my consent.
I'll ask for
Consensual
consent
cavity
next time.
opening.
I tried to keep a straight
I-
face with that.
I was trying to bond with you, Luggage, and I see where we stand now.
That is
Wow.
not the way.
Buy a man dinner first. Fuck.
Never. I'm a cheap date.
And I can't eat. Or don't need
Go
to.
around. Only I can get drunk, and so he gets hotter as I get drunker. You know it works. It's gonna take a lot of drinks, but we'll get there.
And
Oh,
again,
very well.
first.
He sort of claps twice. Guards, escort them over to the castle. Have them outfitted in the appropriate attire for the Soggy Court, and then return to me to retrieve the big book of bad blood.
I really hope it's not soggy clothes.
You know it's gonna be.
But haven't we already got the book? It's gone into my chest cavity?
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, he doesn't hand over the book.
No.
Oh, okay. So that was just
So-
a an air swing. I got it.
Okay.
All right. Where we go?
So we need to get the clothes and then get the book, and then we're
So-
good to go to the
the four guards begin escorting you out of the soggy court. As they do, Rennick, the fifth guard, steps up to you and says, "I appreciate your service," and reaches out and shakes your hand. And as he pulls away, you feel like a piece of paper in the palm of your hand, very, very discreetly.
Ooh.
As you sort of walk out and unfold the piece of paper, it reads, let me just quickly double check what languages you speak, because you might not know what this is.
I can read primordial, common, and thieves can't.
You open this piece of paper like, oh, note. You open it, you have no idea what this says.
It's in
You-
Bullywog.
It is not a language you speak. You think it resembles maybe Elven? Maybe?
Oh.
Possibly
So-
like Sylvan or something? You have no idea. It's not Bullywug. Bullywugs just use troll to
So,
write.
Rannick knows that Egbert can talk. Lise was able to talk to the Bulldogs before. I take it we're still being escorted by the guards, right?
Yeah, but they're not really paying attention to you. They're all in front of you.
Okay, I'm just gonna do. I'm just gonna hand it over to Egg. They're not paying attention.
You hand it over to Egg, not even like subtly. Egg, if you reach out and take it, the guards, they look at you and say, look, you see, one of them looks at you as you hand it over and then just looks away. He doesn't seem to give half a fuck. He doesn't think that this is suspicious at all, like in any way. You're not making it like, unless you're doing it subtly, he's like, oh, yeah, whatever. Like, they're
Yeah, I
just
was trying to be
handing
casual about it.
For cash.
what languages do you speak, Albert?
Smoke weed every day.
The language that's on this paper, and
And that language would be?
Sylvan.
You speak Sylvan?
Still-
The letter reads, "Find Illig, the Baron of Muckstump at once. The revolution lives."
Could we hear that again, please?
Illig, the Baron.
Find
Oh.
Illig, Illig, the Baron of Muckstump at once. The revolution live! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Question mark crossed out! Exclamation point!
Jay, you're on fire tonight, mate. I got to tell you.
So okay, I guess we're gonna lead a revolution as well.
Sure.
So you say you want a revolution?
No. This we don't know this yet.
Yeah.
Egg just read this note.
Yeah, Ranning's just handed me this note. I don't know where he's gotten it
Well,
from.
I'll just
how
hover
about we talk
over
about
Egg's
Why-
shoulder.
Where
How about
did
we
you
talk
learn
about this later?
Sylvan?
How about we talk about this later?
Why would we
Berg?
talk about this later?
Egg?
Is this
Wait,
a
sorry, Egbert?
secret?
I'm gonna slowly
Based
just
on-
put my finger against his lips and tell him to shh.
Based on his title, Baron of Muckstump, you assume he's a member of the Soggy Court, like nobility here.
Where we're heading, in fact.
No, I thought we were heading to.
Potentially.
Well, we go to the castle to get like soggy attire.
Oh,
We're going to
So-
dress up.
As you continue on your way,
So, for the purposes of the map, would you say we're heading towards D11?
you are heading towards D11. I'll describe a few other things that you pass on the way, though. So, on the way, you pass what looks like rising from like the soggy earth is. It looks like a sturdy wooden hut with an open doorway on one side of it. At the back of the hut, you can see are two holding cells. Thick mangrove roots seem to serve as the bars, with a small round door closing off each cell. The floor of one cell is covered with several inches of sinking water. The other cell holds a figure in rags, slumped against the back wall with their head in their hands. You can see what looks like a mangrove tree standing in the middle of a patch of heavily churned mud, where rusting and rotting bits of armor and weapons are scattered. Two lengths of chain are anchored to opposite sides of the tree trunk, each with an iron shackle on the end. You assume that this would be the proving grounds of which you have heard. Area D10, which you can barely see in the distance. You can see A big black balloon, oh lordy, floats over the lake, tugging at its moorings. Beneath it hangs a basket made of black wicker and wood, which serves as what appears to be some sort of merchant's stall. A large pane of grey glass is drawn closed across an opening above the counter. A sign mounted above the window that you can barely make out at this distance reads, "Wondrous wares and fine fares." The balloon, however, is not made of fabric, but rather appears to be a roiling, dark, black rain cloud that has somehow been contained within layers of lines and netting. And of course, last but not least, this ramshackle hall is built around a big tree. Two of the tree's limbs reach out through the walls like enormous welcoming arms. The interior of the hall as you enter is roomy, with an open floor plan that allows occupants of the upper story to look out over the lower one. Bullywug courtiers crowd into the space, filling it with their guttural croaks. Their clothing is faded and stained with mud and swamp water.
Soggy attire.
As you are led through the soggy, the sinking palace, as it's called, the soggy court, you are led through the lower floor. As you move through with the guards, they point you to a back door. Opening it up, you see a large clothesline sitting at the back. One of the guards turns to you and says, "There's clothes on the line. Get dressed. We'll collect you in about 15 minutes. Just get dressed out there. No one's gonna just get changed. You know."
I say Racer should go first because she is the only woman in the party.
It appears that there are changing rooms
Awesome.
out here.
Egg,
They-
egg.
Yeah.
We're talking now. Once we get in there, we're talking.
I'm apparently not allowed to talk.
As you guys step through the back door, one of the guards shuts the door behind you, and the five of you are left alone. Sorry, six of you. You have Clapperclaw with you. The six of you are left alone out the back here.
So I'm gonna whisper, Egbert, what did it say?
It says the quick brown fox jumps over the.
Why did it say that the quick brown fox jumped over the moon? Why would he even hand me that?
No, it
the
says
hell?
find Illig, the Baron of
hell?
Muck Stump at once. The revolution lives.
Dynasty. Sorry, Rannick's trust in Egbert falls. All right, so maybe a revolution later. When we're done with this, let's talk to the
Are
group
we in
about
a
it.
revolution?
I don't
So-
know.
You know, just on the side, it's a sneaky revolution if we got time.
So,
Sneaky.
We
hero.
might, as well
Has,
complete, we might as well do
Abbott
all
already told us?
the side missions here. We already done a lot of them. I'm going for a full completion, guys.
Yeah.
Well, you can't guys us because you're only talking to Egg. You just made it very clear it was you and Egbert having this conversation.
Yes, we'll talk to you guys. I'm talking to Egg now.
Okay, yep.
We'll see. We'll see how it pans out after this. We'll talk as a group about it
Do
after
you
we're done.
even
with
have any
the-
idea what this means? Like, who's the Baron of Muck Stump?
I have no idea. That's why I'm saying we'll talk about it after we one thing at a time. Right now we have three.
Like, there's not much guidance here. I mean,
How quietly are these guys talking?
I said we were. whispering.
That is
Oh, you
entirely
know.
up to them.
Okay, no, they said they were whispering.
Oh.
Okay.
Rannick's
I said I was
whispering.
whispering.
I'm like slightly louder.
Why can't you just be covert with me?
Can't do COVID. I'm like
Oh, that's
just
why we
loud
sucked at
enough
Tango.
that you can hear me.
Operation Tango. Can't do covert. All right, yeah, we talked about that. I'm just gonna change.
Campfire?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, we
Oh.
can't ask.
If I
gotcha.
get
Yep.
changed first, I'm gonna get like where everyone's gonna group up, and I'll let them know about what was said between me and Egg. Just because I thought I was way as like I chose to stall next to Egg as we were changing and talking to him about it.
I'll say, yeah, you guys could have had that conversation just sort of as you're all picking out your clothes, if you like. And everyone could have just heard it if you want to.
Right.
Okay.
That- that-
Assuming that we have heard it, then I would maybe look at Albert and Rennick and go, we could ask Clapperclaws if he knows who the Baron of Muckstump is, and does he know of anything about a
How would you
revolution?
know that? He has a gourd for a head.
Clapperclaw
know
sort of
everything else.
standing beside you, looks at you and
Illig.
says, "Oh yeah, I know Illig." That's not his
Ah.
voice. Clapperclaw, he's having some throat problems at the moment. He's adjusting to the
Understandable.
door.
He's got no head, so he probably
So-
doesn't have much.
Yeah, I
to throw.
know.
His voice changes with each head he gets on now.
I
a
know
frog in his
Illig.
throat?
He lives over in the Bullywork Huts. He's kinda cool. I could take you over there and introduce him to you to him if you want.
Oh, Egg, did you give me that note back?
No, it's mine.
Jay, just while that's going on, does
I hate you so
does
much sometimes.
Clapperclaw have any facial features?
No, it is just a gourd, like where a head should be.
Are you thinking you want to go fully Blend Wilson and draw a face on?
Clapperclaw, I have some charcoal in.
Yes, he is.
Would you like me to give you some features until we get your head back?
What are you talking about? I look fine.
I think he looks dashing.
If you change your mind,
Oh, thank you, Rennick. That's appreciated.
I could give you some delightful eyes, nose, mouth, and ears, and companions know has just stellar drawing ability.
No, I'm fine. I'm all good. Thanks anyway, though.
You're welcome.
I'll have my head back pretty soon, so that's good. That's a good thing.
that you
yeah.
shall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't wait.
All right, so are we all changed?
Yeah.
Can I just
Yeah, you
clarify?
will get
Are the
changed
clothes in fact
into
soggy?
dirty, kind of. Not all of them are wet. You guys managed to find clothes that are mostly dry, but in a swamp, it's kind of hard to ever be completely dry. Like French aristocrats' clothes, but like they're not great. Like you're in a swamp. They belong to frogs. They're not great, but you managed to all squeeze into a set of clothes each. Heading back through the door. Are you all going to head back through the door, or do you want to do something else?
Can we have a look around and see if there's anything maybe we're not meant to find? Or can I have a look around and just see if there's anything that's been left behind, maybe by someone else who's been wearing the clothes? There might be some items of jewelry or more
Roll
notes,
me
or-
a D100, Spa.
What?
Oh, is that the one that's got the 10, 20?
So yeah, you
30,
have two
40.
dice. So the way that it works is you've got two dice, two D10s. One of them will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the other one will be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 00. Roll
Yep,
the two
got
of
it.
them together,
Buzz cam.
and they go from 1 to 100.
Hey man, take your phone out of sleep.
It is out of sleep, smartass.
Ah,
Right, a 420. I've rolled a very special number.
So 4
A
and
24.
a 4 and a 20 is 24.
Yeah, okay.
You do manage to find. Just give me a sec. Sorry, I put everything away. Why have I put all my books in a cupboard elsewhere in my house like a fool? Let's
So,
just
What happens when you
go
move?
I
to
do have a question for you. How would you roll 100 on here? Would you get double all zeros? Would that be 100?
0, 0, 0, 0 is 0, 0, 0 is 100.
Okay. I
what's
just want-
zero then?
It does work out. It's very strange how it works. I think rolling 100, there's actually it's a whole thing. But yeah, 0, 0, 0 is 100.
Yeah, if you got 0, 0, and 1, you would roll a 1.
So otherwise you can't roll a zero,
you-
can't take just like a 6-sided dice. The lowest you can roll
Gotcha.
is 1.
Gotcha.
And the highest you can roll is 100.
You managed to find just like in your back pocket, sort of like going through the clothes. I don't know. What's something weird to find in your back pocket?
Lint.
A piece of jerky. A piece
Well,
of
if
jerky.
we're going Lord of the Rings, I just found the precious because it's in my pockets.
No, you know what? In your back pocket, you find like a I don't know, like a 10-foot pole.
What the hell?
Just
Monkey
like,
magic. A monkey magic. I'm just gonna keep pulling.
like a kind of like a moment from the Looney Tunes. You start to pull this 10-foot pole out, and it just keeps coming and coming and coming and coming. Go ahead and add a 10-foot pole if you want to keep it. Have a 10-foot pole. Why not?
Apparently, it's collapsible. I'll take a second one. Sure.
I want to.
It is not. No, it is not collapsible. This one.
Okay.
This is just a 10-foot long metal pole.
I'll do it.
Hey,
I'll do it
Jake.
after. I'll do it after the game. I'll just add a second 10-foot pole.
Yes,
Jake,
Rennie.
can I check my pockets?
Oh yeah, we all want to check our pockets now.
All of you go ahead and roll me a D100.
Wah.
You need to get 30 or less to find something.
I got a 17.
God damn it.
How do I do that?
Oh, I got 36. Damn it.
Oh, there.
You should be able to do it on the app.
Oh, egg. Holy shit.
7. Eggs find lots of things.
Egg goes
Yeah.
Egg
to-
finds 3
Yeah.
10-foot
Oh.
poles.
Okay.
You go to
That's
the
a
bottom left,
30-foot
click the die,
ball.
and you should see a D100. It's in the middle.
55? Yeah, nah, sorry, Snack. Snack and Zenfire, you guys don't find anything. Rennick, you do find something. You're sort of searching through. You find a spyglass, like a,
Ooh.
like a spyglass. And going through egg with a 7. What do you find? You find I don't know, well, what's like in your front pocket, like that top pocket, so like in like the front of a shirt that'll sometimes be
Yeah.
there, yeah? You find, I don't know, what could you find in the top pocket? Like a full explorer's pack.
These pockets are amazing.
So so go ahead and add
keeping
an
this
explorer's
pocket
pack to your
forever.
inventory if you want.
Uh,
Backpack and all. You just sort of like pull a backpack out and like shake the backpack, and it sort of inflates. It's like a blow up one, like a balloon. It's got everything in there.
I'm gonna take my spyglass and look
Right.
straight at luggage. and go, "Ah!"
Rennick, as you know, spyglass is the most powerful weapon because hold it backwards, shrink your enemies.
I'm gonna see if it works.
Um,
I'm gonna look.
God, that's such a-
to see if it gets smaller.
Such a dumb joke. I love that joke so
it
much.
made me laugh. I was looking at Dante though. I thought he was taking it seriously there for a minute. He's like, it does
No.
what? It
That
You're
joke.
like,
No, that is
it's
a
funny."
that is a dumb joke from the first episode of the second season of Community.
Oh my god.
That
Yeah.
I love too
Oh
much.
I
my
love
God,
that
haven't
show.
heard- I haven't
So
seen
good.
that episode in forever.
Yep, Betty White
My
episode.
God.
Ah.
First
Oh, I love that
Anthropology
show.
101. Very good
My
episode.
God. You got the episodes and everything. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
So
Impressive.
Such a
you,
digression, that's good.
yeah, damn right. I'm gonna attack you with this weapon. You use respect to defend yourself. It's a very good episode, guys.
It is a really my favorite episode is always the paintball ones.
Oh yeah,
Especially the
paintball's
first one.
good.
The first one was the best one.
Yes. Oh, I don't know. I like season 2's paper one where it was the 2-parter. That one was pretty good.
That was good.
Anyway, so back to Dungeons and Dragons. You all get into your clothes. You find the items that you find in your pockets. The pockets don't appear to be magical anyway. You guys just find stuff in them. You know, people leave things behind. Who knows?
I want to know who put that 10-foot pole in there, and I want to know how they did it.
So you all are you all gonna head back to the guards and head back to the gazebo, or like the guards have just left you guys alone? You guys can just leave, like if you
Meander.
want. Like you guys can wander around the back of this castle and just fucking go if you'd like to. Like,
I want
there's
to roll
nothing
a
to stop
perception
you.
check then.
I think we need to get Zenfire's. Their primary aim is for Zenfire before whatever he felt is gone. After he shared his dream with us.
So I rolled a perception check to see what's around. I got a 20 plus 3, 23.
Was that a natural 20?
Yeah.
Nice.
Boom.
Looking
I think
around,
I
you can
just rolled
see
on this dice.
the clothesline. Obviously the large building near you. You can also see from where you're standing at the back, you very clearly see the proving grounds as well as the small hut where you assume it's Morgit is being kept. You can see there are actually no guards guarding Morgit at this time. Based on Rennick, you're pretty confident. You could see that obviously the large balloon with the black clouds is there, and peeking back in through a window, you can see that the 4 guards who led you here, they just appear to be gone. You think they've just gone back to the gazebo, and they're just like, yeah, we'll just head back. You guys will find your way back, sort of thing.
All right, well, let's go
Shall we-
get let's go get Sinvire's something.
Do we not need to go back and collect the book first?
Oh yeah, we do have to go get the book. Yeah, let's go back and get the book.
How close are we to Illig? Just out of interest.
Yeah. What does Clapperclaw say?
Because if
Clapperclaw,
these guys will let us go back at any time, maybe.
Clapperclaw turns around and says, "Oh, Illig's, he's over in the Bullywog huts. That's just over. Give me a sec to remember where Illig is." He walks you guys over to the edge of the water, so like the docks that you can see there at D11, and points over to where on your maps D16 would be. That's where Illig lives. That building right there.
Right.
We could take a boat over there if you wanted to, or we could take a boat across this crossing and wander over that way if you'd like.
I don't know. We can. So, I think we should still get Dante's thing first, and then go because we have to go to the Bullywog huts for multiple reasons.
Well, if we go back to get the book, then pretty much we're going to go straight to D12, and who knows what's going to happen there. It is our only opportunity to go see Illig now, under the guise of we got lost.
It seems from their dream that Bavlorna was not a pleasant person. It may behove us to go and tie up any loose ends before we encounter her.
That might be smarter. I agree with that. Then yeah, let's do that.
Cool.
Okay.
Then,
You
yes,
all,
Clapperclaw, let's go.
Clapperclaw begins to wander over and grab a boat. He begins to unfasten one of the many boats here. You all hop in, and he takes you across the water.
I like the power of
You travel down between the various locations, and you arrive at the shore, where, at the Bullywug hut. So you can see standing just inside the. So as you approach, this is a wooden door, wooden dwelling, very simple, 1 story. You sort of approach the door. Clapperclaw reaches forward and you just hear from inside in the very distinct voice of a Bullywug just says, "Push the note under the door."
I look at Egbert.
I thought I gave it to you.
Oh,
Hey, Egg, eyes right now, Egg. Me and you. We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
I thought you couldn't tell lies.
I wouldn't get to raw shotgun. I almost won.
No.
Come on.
you can't keep
You
secrets.
almost let me win.
I know, but he burns up
Right.
every time I say it.
I know.
I think I left it back at the change.
Did you see how my smile went away, Egg?
All right, now put it under the door.
Brannick is just with his hands on hips, just looking at him like, really? We're doing this? We're doing this right now. Are we really? Brannick's trust in Albert went down again. I didn't think the most challenging thing today would be talking to Albert.
Now you know what it feels like to be an NPC.
God.
Oh.
Make a persuasion check on you.
Poor
Oh, dear.
All right.
The note's under the door.
Okay. Sliding the note under the door. After a few seconds, the door, you hear like a bar being lifted and the door opens. Standing just inside is a jittery Bullywug with a spear, and behind this guard is a wooden crate with hunting gear piled atop it. Huddled in the back of the hut are 4 more Bullywugs. Tension seems to hang heavy in the air as one of the huddled Bullywugs stands up and signals for you to approach. As your group trepidatiously steps inside what appears to be the strange clandestine location, the Bullywug who motioned you over holds out a hand and says, "Pleasure to meet you. Illig, Baron of Mockstop."
I put my hand there. I already shook hands with one before and do it again.
These are my friends.
I'm Rannick.
Golrick, Grundlecreds, Grellebeck, and Voop.
We have luggage, Sinfire, Snack, and Albert.
Right to the point. I like it. Clapperclaw, good to see you. Clapperclaw just waves. So, I hear you're here to help us, well, in no uncertain terms, kill Gullop the 19th. My plot's straightforward. He sort of wanders over, and you see that they were all sort of huddling around, looking at the floor, where you can see he's drawn like a crude plan. You're like, oh, a map or something. You all step over, and you see the image he's drawn is a very crude image in the mud of Gullop the 19th, very clearly, with just a dagger in his eye. And he turns to you and says, here's my plan. Okay? My plan is I'm going to approach the gazebo. Okay? When I approach the gazebo, I am going to trip as I approach his throne. And accidentally, he sort of like winks a few times while also doing quotation marks, stab him in the eye with a dagger.
Oh, you simple-minded being. No. That's not how you plan an assassination.
What? Why are you wanting to kill
Sounds
the
like
king?
a solid plan.
I knew you'd say that. I knew you'd say that. You just want to go against what I say.
I want to kill him because he's bloody useless. Okay, he's useless. He's the most useless king we've ever had. He's a dimwit. He's a moron. There's nothing good about him. He's been in charge all of a week. I think it's time for a damn revolution. It's time for the status quo to change.
Who was in charge before him?
Before him would have been Gullop the 18th. The revolution that took over from him about a week ago. Before him, there was Gullop the 17th. He was in charge for the 2 weeks before that. Before him was Gullop the 16th. And before him, it was Teddy. Teddy only lasted a day.
Teddy the First.
Revolutions are not unheard of here.
Right.
Okay.
Are they all done by
It is
killing?
it is time for the entrenched bureaucrats to be taken out.
We have an agreement that revolution could throw into
Here's
some
my idea.
some issues.
Here's my idea. You let us go in first. We talk to the king, and once we leave, he's gonna be a little bit distracted. You just attack then. Don't do the trip thing. That's not gonna work too well. Speaking from experience. Just go in with a full attack.
He sort of leans forward and says, yeah, but if I just full out attack, people will know it's murder. If I just happen to trip and stab him with a dagger, oh no, I accidentally tripped, but I also killed the king, so I'm the new king now. Like, I don't understand what
Okay. Illig.
Yeah, what up? What up?
You seem committed to your plan of action, and I admire.
I think it's a good plan. Like
a bad one, brother.
I've gone through several plans, about 7 or 8, and as far as I'm concerned, this is probably the best way to go.
Okay, can you run through the other ones? Can we backtrack a bit? What's the other plans?
Well, okay. The other, sorry, luggage.
I don't want Illig to meet Jingle Jangle. Illig, your plan.
Yeah.
By all means, proceed with it. Please add the extra dimension of letting us talk to the king first. It will make it easier for you to get closer when you trip after we leave.
Sure, yeah. See, someone's on board with the trip plan. My other plans were walk in with a crossbow and be like, hey, boss, I found this crossbow. Look, point it at him, and then trip, he does a quotation marks, and accidentally shoot him. The other plan was like, my other plan was like, hey, boss, look, I found this longsword. Trip,
Not
and
as
accidentally
reliable.
stab him. I had another one where I was like, hey, boss, look, I found this battle axe. Trip. And be like,
Okay,
oh
okay,
no!
I feel.
I had another plan.
Okay.
Illig,
I had another
sense
plan where I
that you
took all the dynamite in that crate over there, stuffed it into the pagoda, and blew the fuck out of him. But I also like the pagoda and would like to, rule from there and murder a lot of innocent bullywugs. I don't care about them, but
But Illig, I have a cunning plan.
Yeah.
Perhaps you would consider.
Listen to mine.
Is this Blackadder?
I like this. You seem committed to the trip. component of this plan. What if?
I just think it's a good idea.
Well, okay, let's harness that big frog energy, and let's. What if you were to trip and accidentally push the king into the water? Because I got a pretty solid feeling that there's some shit in the water that's probably going to take care of that whole king business for you.
Nah, look, the king's like he's a chunky guy. I'm not moving as him. Plus, that would imply he actually would like be somewhere. Like I don't really hang out with the king. We're not like buddy. Like we know each other. And if I walk in and I'm like, "Hey, boss, look, I found a dad." Oh no! And
What if you found this 10-foot
You know,
pole that
that's a thing.
my vessel of a friend here?
So what you're suggesting is I take the 10-foot pole, but like, hey, boss, I found it. Oh no, I trip and then stab that into his eye.
Well, not so
I
much
like- I
stab,
don't-
but
hey,
push him into
no,
the water with the
not
pole. You might get some leverage on the chair accidentally, of course, because you tripped.
So you want
Is the gazebo on
I
the
will-
water?
it's the gazebo is in
You
quotation
put the
marks
badges
on the
water,
water,
right?
but
Okay.
you would have to move the king a good 10 to 20 feet to get him into the water from
We'll
his
give him
throne.
both
You would
10-foot
have to
poles.
move him a fair distance.
Okay, maybe the tripping with the dagger is. Well, no.
Look,
Your best
I'm
option is
going to
take
be
it across
entirely
the-
honest. I'm really on board with how quickly you guys got on board with my murder. I'm totally here for that, but like we need to be like on the same page if this whole business partnership's going to work out.
You know
Illig?
what, you do you, boo. You do you. We're gonna go talk to him. After we're done talking to him, you do you.
But after.
we do us. You do you.
Illig?
Wait, you're going to
Illig.
talk to him now?
Illig?
Yes.
You sort of like you see him like lean back a little bit and like square his shoulders. He sort of looks at the other guys with like a suspicious look. So, I just told you my whole evil plan, and you're just conveniently about to go speak to the king.
Illig. The king.
I say
Why would I
that.
bring you the note? Why would I bring you the note then?
Illig, I don't want to be forced to accidentally fall over and stab you in the face with my axe.
Hey, don't you dare! That's my thing.
Illig.
It's plagiarism, man. Don't...
You're stealing his ideas.
No, look, it's mine's an axe. That's different. Illig didn't mention an axe. It's all good.
Illig.
Yes, I did.
Did.
I literally said axe at one point.
Yeah.
Hand axe.
Last one.
The king is a fat, lazy piece of shit. We don't care what happens to the king.
You
We
get
do-
it? Yeah.
We do, however, it seems like kings come and go in this place. Far be it for us to upset the natural order.
Only the
But
bad
we have a friend of ours who we would like to get out of prison. If we do this for you and you become the new king, we will come back through and we will want our friend out of prison.
I'm sure this can be arranged. So, I won't be tripping and putting a dagger in his eye. That is what you're suggesting.
No,
No,
you'll
you're
Oh.
what you
You're
are
still
going to
gonna try.
do is you are going to let us go into the gazebo. Everyone will be distracted. You will see us leave. The king will look at us and watch us leave. That is your opening.
Right, but like if you guys leave
everyone-
and then I walk in, that's not really like he's gonna look at you guys leaving, look at me walking in, and go, "Oh, I'm gonna turn to the guy arriving."
Yes, and that's
You
the
still
point
can
where
do
you
your
trip
trip
and throw
thing.
your dagger. It lets you get
Trip,
closer
trip,
with less
trip.
chances. Yeah, trip
I'm
and
not.
throw your
I'm
dagger.
not throwing
lets
it.
you-
I'm stabbing.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay, they get to
it
get
will-
closer.
It will let you get closer with the dagger remaining,
Hmm.
with your intentions remaining undetected because everybody will be watching us. You can get closer to the king for your trip. It will enhance your plan.
I do want to mention
I
the
like
fact
it.
that we were on board with this whole murder thing really fucking too quick.
Yeah, you guys immediately just jumped on. I do think that we are out of time for the evening, though.
Yes, we are.
Um,
So what we have up next is to acquire a book, let the dude get murdered, go hopefully not get murdered, and then come back and collect a prisoner.
hashtag not my king.
Hashtag not my king. Oh, I don't
Hashtag
think
Illig the first.
Hashtag not my king.
I will say that I didn't like the king who ties people up and has them fight in the gladiator pits. The new king might do the same thing, but I don't like that the old one did. I'm all for his overthrow.
It may be their culture.
Perhaps, and we may well find that Illig the First, should he succeed in his trip and stab, continues
I
the
highly doubt it
tradition.
will work. I highly doubt it will work.
I am keen to see it unfold. Or
I
no,
will be looking.
not see it unfold.
I will be
I'll be looking
walking
over my
backwards
shoulder.
to be looking.
That was great.
That was a cracker, Jay. That was
guys
excellent.
were
Thank you,
brilliant.
sir. That was very much most fun. Excellence. I will say to you that I was laying in bed last night, unable to sleep, thinking about what might unfold this evening and how we might deal with it all. And you threw me sideways with a burning piece of coal giving me the finger.
I murdered
You guys-
the entire family.
Everything that I thought the direction tonight was going to take just went fast left turn.
Look.
We all just got spun.
I like to think that my specialty for this campaign so far is whatever you guys are expecting each session is definitely not what you're going to get.
No,
Did
I did not expect to have to fight Cole. I did not expect to sit there and be a part of a coup.
You got on board with it so quickly. You
I've given
didn't
you my
even.
If it's
reason.
the natural order, it seems like it's what happens here. I'm not doing it.
Oh
I just
god.
need to get the book. I just want to require getting the book first. And I
And
was here to pass a note.
Just circling back to the coal, we didn't get established any names for the coal, did we?
No, we didn't.
Please don't do that.
Too much
me.
to ask that the daddy coal's name was Tony.
Oh god.
Another
Why,
Tony.
Why do you kill me? Why am I killing Tonys? No, we're not.
I don't
Is
know.
our-
Why
is
are you
our-
killing Tonys?
Is
That's
our
what
whole
I wanna
campaign
know.
just going to be called Kill Tony? Like, is that
If your name is Tony,
Kill Tony
around
Volume
Rannick, you have a high chance of dying.
just change your name for
Change
the
your name,
safety
bud.
sake?
Change your name.
Oh no, that was an absolute cracker, man. And thank you, everybody. And sorry that I blew everybody's eyeballs out with the map at the start.
It was perfect.
Oh, that's
Seamless.
great.
Okay, Egg, we need to have a conversation. How did you fuck up the note?
I
Or
did.
did he?
What do you mean?
I just feel like you're going against what I'm saying.
It's a bit more fun that way, though.
Yes, it is. It is. It's perfect. It plays with my and Egg's dynamic. Literally, anytime we played Operation Tango, when we played Portal, it's just always something.
Oh dear. That is not at all how I saw those things going this evening, hey.
No, I did not expect
No.
it going that way either.
Also, not everybody on Twitch. See yous.
I can't believe we literally walked like meters rather than
Yeah, we
traveling.
didn't walk miles today, and we did a
No,
lot
no,
more.
we hopped 3 islands and that's about it.
Oh mate, I'm so annoyed that we didn't go and search Ogden's hideout while we were there, because we would have got Jingle Jangle's key, we would have got the Scarecrow head and whatever else.
We weren't at his hideout.
No, but we were in the area, and we
Well,
could have gone and
We
found his
just assumed
hideout.
that, like, maybe his hideout's here.
Yeah, I thought he found us while we were walking by, and they tried to rob us again.
No,
And that's
we
when we
No,
walked by.
Brigands, the Brigands tollways where because I said search him for anything useful, just is all his good gear was in the Brigands tollway, which was elsewhere. Oh, sorry, all his good gear was in his hideout elsewhere in the tollway, unless I'm
Right.
remembering that wrong.
Yeah, I don't think he told us where it was,
Okay,
or I would have been on board.
I didn't even think of it. I thought it was there, but it's like, sorry, I didn't even think of a hideout until we found out that he had one after we'd left.
Well,
So
we
we
can do that
fed him
next
to the
time.
fishes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna have to go and find it.
We didn't feed him to the fishes.
Nope.
Spar did.
No, I just did a thing.
Yeah,
I
you
was
just murdered.
supposed to ask you about
I
that.
murdered
What's
Tony.
that?
You murder the leader. Hey, we're both. I just see murder here. Okay. Just mine was revived.
Sorry.
Did not murder him.
What were you saying, Egg?
I was gonna ask Spar's character about like why Arctic
Oh,
made him so mad, and then I just didn't.
that's right. I even revised all my backstory and tidied it up.
Oh,
Please.
But that's okay.
I
It'll be
messed
ready for
up
whenever you do
too.
ask. No, don't be. It'll come up another time. I'm saying that's done now. I'm not going to be doing that every Monday. I know you want to have a chat now, so I've revised it. I'm good. I made sure I had all the details straight. It may not be a super long conversation, but it'll be a fun one when we get to have it.
All right.
I did like how fast we got on the stage of Q. I was just trying to freaking steamroll at that point. I was like, ooh, time. I was like, let's get
Yeah.
somewhere.
But I was also looking at, like, from a character point of view, that the king was a bit of a piece of shit. So if someone was looking, yeah,
From Rennick's standpoint, it's very normal for being a pirate for someone to rise up and kill the captain and and then they're the captain now.
Yeah,
So
fair.
mutiny is a very normal thing for Rennick. So I was just like, okay, if you're gonna do that, let us get our stuff done first, and then you do it. I
yeah,
don't care.
I was
I
exactly the
just
same
thought it
thing.
was funny.
It did
Our
seem
whole
like
interaction was funny.
I guess it could have. The intention was it could have gone one of two ways, but I was also conscious from the non-character point of view that Jay was talking about the fact that without us resorting to violence, that most things in this campaign could get resolved. But I thought, well, if that character goes and does violence to each other, that's fine.
Not us. It's not
It's
us.
not. It's not us. And I think that conversation could have gone another way, and we could have ended up fighting them as
Yeah,
well.
I guess we could have tried to talk them out of it, and I think that
Yeah,
would have been a
I
little
think
harder.
yeah, I think we should talk them out of it. I mean, like when this guy becomes king, right? How long does he think he's gonna survive for?
Do you think
Like,
we can really talk him out of it now, though?
No.
Like, we've thought this over. I get what you're saying. Egg. That probably would have been
like,
a different way to
like
take
We
it.
could just flat
there
out
must
betray
be
him.
something else that like you can do to sort of
Yeah, we can go throw him under the
make the
bus.
king better.
Maybe we could.
Like become a democracy or something. I
Oh,
don't know.
whoa.
Maybe we could ask him to consider closing down the fighting pits, as there's no prisoners left.
Also, to be fair, we're literally taking no action in this. We're just saying, hey, here's your opening if you want to do this. If
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
successful or not, that's up to Jay. So
Honestly, I'm not super invested in the Bollywog King. He seemed like a bit of a dick.
most people we
Yeah,
talk to in this game are
it's
dicks.
I feel like you should try and parlay guarantees that the new king's not going to use the proving ground.
Yeah, as I say, shut down the. I may have used the
I
wrong
don't
word
think
there.
that's
Shut down the
gonna
proving
happen.
ground.
We could just go fuck it up, and then they can't use it.
We could. If only we kept the coals. I feel no remorse.
It just
I
seems
will
not
happily
only,
do it
not only
again.
you kill them, you got to pick up their dead bodies and stick them in your backpack. That's actually that's a
Well,
good
it's funny is
idea.
I killed the one, and then they're like, "Daddy," and I'd go, "Sucks to suck," and shoot both at the same
Yeah.
time.
Here I was thinking
That was-
you're going to draw a face on Clabberclaws with like the
I
dead
wanted
remains of
to.
the
If he'd
charcoal.
said yes, I was ready to. That's what I was keen. It wasn't that charcoal. I just essentially made up that I had charcoal. I'm
Why
sure I
wouldn't
could
you?
have
We
rummaged
make
around
fires
and
all the
found
time.
some. Yeah. It seemed like a reasonable thing that Jay would have gone along with and let me draw a Wilson on Clapperclaw. But he was having none of that. Fair enough too. But yeah, it took some turns tonight that I did not anticipate at all.